Dolittle is now in theaters, and it's the latest film that stars Robert Downey Jr., Michael Sheen, Antonio Banderas, Rami Malek, Jessica Berkley, and a slew of other actors. It's a movie that's simple. It's about a physician that discovers that he can talk to animals, and I'm not even going to lie. It's movies like these that make me question if I should still be a YouTube critic, because it's hard to handle. These are the type of movies that when you're watching it, you're awestruck. That's the simplest way to put it. I am speechless with this movie. This movie costed $175 million. I wouldn't be able to tell if I hadn't looked it up. It's a visually ugly movie. It's a movie that many of the visual effects aren't convincing, which is surprising given the fact that big studio movies throw all their money at visual effects. I don't know where this money went to if it wasn't on the visual effects, because the visual effects weren't convincing. But that's not the only thing that wasn't convincing. The acting wasn't convincing. All the performances weren't convincing in the slightest. Even Robert Downey Jr. I like Robert Downey Jr. Well, I like everybody in this movie, but in this movie, none of these performances worked. I think that they were all so awkward, and everyone's attention of humor really didn't work as well. I didn't laugh once during this movie. I thought Like a Boss was going to be like one of the only comedy movies where it was like that this year. Well, now I'm 2 for 2 with comedies that, I didn't laugh once in for this year. Kind of crazy, honestly. But it's not just that. It's the fact that the story, character development, pacing, all fall into cliches of the adventure genre, as well as the family picture drama. If you've seen any family movie or any adventure movie, you've seen this movie before, because this movie follows those plot points beat for beat, just in a lesser version. Like, it's fine if you borrow from a movie and do it either better or on the same par, but this movie, in its borrowing, it does it in a lesser version. And because of that, it's one of those things where you notice it, and when you notice it, it's kind of like, oh, this isn't convincing. Sometimes it works, but in this movie, it doesn't work at all. The ending also is just kind of like crazy, not in a good way. It's just kind of like, wow, that's how you're ending the movie. I checked out, honestly, 10 minutes into this movie. And I know for some people that are watching this and they might have liked it, it's fine if you liked it. It's just for me personally, when watching a movie, if I'm checking out early, and I don't want to, that's not my intention, especially when there's 90 minutes left in the movie, I don't like it. I don't like checking out of a movie. I want to stay on board movies. I want to stay on board until the hotel kicks me out. You know what I'm saying? But with this movie, if it's a representation of a hotel, as soon as I walked in the doors, I wanted to walk out. And it's a real shame because, again, with all the talent involved, what went wrong? What went wrong, honestly? Again, there are so many things wrong with this movie. I think the only thing possibly that I can say that I liked about this movie is that some shots were convincing in terms of visual effects. Some of the cinematography is beautiful, but that's honestly about it. Everything else really doesn't work, from pacing, character development, storytelling, visual effects, production design, costume design, score, humor. There's just so many negatives in this movie. And again, if this is your first time watching my reviews, I am not someone that wants to see a movie be terrible. I want to give a movie a chance. Every single movie that I watch, I want to give it a chance. But at the same time, I also don't like it when I'm seeing something that is just a train wreck of a movie, but it's not an entertaining train wreck of a movie. And unfortunately, Dolittle, it was a train wreck of a movie that I was not entertained by in the slightest, and it crashed and burned on me. And that's why Dolittle, for me personally, I'll be giving it a 0.5 out of 5-star rating, which, yeah, no hot sauce rating. So, guys, those are my thoughts on Dolittle. What did you think about it? I will say this. I said this on my letterbox, but this movie, it shouldn't have been called Dolittle. It should have been called Does Little, because this movie does very little to, do anything with the plot, story, character development, visual effects, etc. So, guys, again, Dolittle. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, I really do appreciate you guys watching and supporting me. If you haven't done so already, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.